Yeah, folks. I mean, folks. I don't know. People, man, I am happy tears right now, man. This was good. This was good. I don't care what BBM's saying in the chat right now. I don't care what fucking Trey was saying before we even started over there trying to maybe guess if he likes the shit or not. I know you like this shit, Trey. Don't lie to me.
You wish.
God damn it. This is great, man. Hovig, how you feeling, bro?
Tired.
Yeah, it's Happy Hovig Day, but he's not so happy. It's Unhappy Hovig Day.
No, it's tired Hovig Day.
Yeah, God, all right, so here's the thing. I'm going to show the chat really quick, because the chat, by the way, you guys are always kicking ass here. I should show you guys more often. But Red Ops is saying, doubt it, Trey was right last night. Raw sucks. Raw did suck so bad. But the thing is, though, yeah, like BBM saying, meh, Raw was better. I agree with Red Ops here, man. I mean, I wouldn't agree with this rating, but it's very, very close to that. This was a great fucking day. And your boy Rusev got his greatness. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think that was gonna happen. I think it's official now that he is a babyface, right? Or yeah. So I don't know. We'll get into that later. But the first thing I didn't have room to put up there today is, unfortunately, Big Cass has been released. Do you guys know? I know you guys read the dirt sheets and stuff. Do you guys know why this could be the case? I'm gonna start off with you, Trey. Do you think you know why Big Cass was released?
Apparently, because Dave Meltzer said it's what everybody's thinking it is. For those that don't know, remember that midget thing that he had, like it was Bryan?
Mm-hmm.
He like did more stuff to it because he was just supposed to big boot it and that's it. But he asked Vince, like, "Hey, can I do some more stuff?" And they told him, "No, just do the big boot and end the segment there." Well, he didn't end the segment there. And he was in trouble for that for the longest time. And, you know, they kind of let it pass for a bit, let him finish his feud. But then Vince McMahon had a meeting with him today, one-on-one, and let him go.
Damn, man. So they just wanted to get rid of him at this point.
Man, that's some boo-boo fool right there. That's some stupid shit to get fired over. I don't know how many times they bring these fucking midgets on the damn show. They don't fuck them up, like, so hard.
Oh, Kane doing this many a time? Shawn Michaels, Triple H?
Man, it's fucking retarded. Shawn Michaels Triple H had a fucking little people courtroom shit. Mm-hmm. And they were making fun of them the entire time, but whatever.
But I do think that there's a difference between those being probably like actual midget wrestlers versus like maybe just some performer that they hired for one night who did not agree for any of the stuff to be done. Because let's just say that you know, little person got hurt to an extent of like, yeah, it was a costly fix or something like that. He could sue the fuck out of WWE for putting him in such a dangerous position, which, you know, at that point they're losing money and it's business is all about money.
I don't think they really can, because in order for that person to even be considered for something like that, he has to like sign on saying you're gonna have to take these risks.
Yeah, but I think they pretty much told him like the risk you had to take is a big boot. And Big Cass literally, because the thing is, like, Vince is not a person who usually says, "Oh, well, don't you know, take this further than you want to. You know, make sure to add what you want." You know, sometimes he's kind of, you know, aware of sometimes you have to do extra than what's written on the paper. But for him to specifically say, "Don't do something extra," and then you went out there and did something extra, it's like, why did you even ask Vince at that point? Why did you even, you know, like now you're just being a dick. You know what I mean? And no one gets away with this too. Big Cass should know this. Daniel Bryan, who was a huge, I mean, they're gonna, you know, build him the fuck up. He got you know, suspended for I think 6 to 9 months with a Nexus deal.
No, he got fired.
Oh, yeah, he was legit fired. That's why he came back after 4 months or something, because he was back at SummerSlam that year. But the thing is he was choking the fuck out of Justin Gabriel or Justin. What's his name?
Justin Roberts.
Justin
Roberts. Yeah.
With a tie, yeah.
Yeah, and like when that happened, you know, like they're pushing Daniel Bryan. He was in a feud with Michael Cole, and he was doing a lot of big things, and he was gone because they're like, dude, we don't care. Like, you don't fucking do shit. You know, we're PG right now, dude. Like, you don't do that. Especially with sensitivities nowadays, people like, man, even if WWE was TV-14, they'd still have a lot to answer to. You can't, you know, be calling people faggot like Jerry the King Lawler did back in the day, or, you know, making fun of people like that, whatever. You just, yeah, it's not the same world, people. I mean, things have changed. So I'm almost kind of glad that they got rid of Big Cass for that, because then again, like, what else is Big Cass going to do? Like, is he going to hit a woman too next? You know, is he going to do a move that he can't do, like what Brock Lesnar did, and break his own fucking neck or something? Like, you never know. But like, how do you guys feel about, like, Hovig? How do you feel about this? I know me and you were kind of all over Big Cass's balls. But how are you feeling about this, man?
I think when I found out, the first thing I thought about, well, I was like, so does this mean Carmella's the most successful out of this trio?
Oh yeah, I think I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, around. I don't know, man. That shit was fucking weird. Like, it was random as fuck. Like, I log in and all I see is a screenshot of Cass being let go. I was like, the fuck? I was like, didn't he just have like a match just 2 days ago against Daniel Bryan and shit? And the another thing is, how long ago was this whole fucking little person midget thing?
It was about a month ago. Like, it's something.
It was a month ago.
Why the fuck would they wait if it was because of that?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I think they did it just to let him finish his feud with Daniel Bryan, and then they decided Vince McMahon had that meeting with him. That's his theory. That's just what I'm thinking. They just let him finish that feud.
And I also think too that maybe something happened and he asked for his release because he would have got fired if they wanted him to get fired. And I think money is money, and they know that we can't lose Big Cass. And I think that what happened was Big Cass was like, listen, I was having a meeting about my character, blah, blah, and Vince is probably like, well, you're going to have to do some more Triple H like job and shit. You're going to have to like go and, you know, lose to this guy. Maybe we'll have you fed to Daniel Bryan some more. And he was like, no, fuck this. I want to go. And he's like, okay, well, don't, what do you call that? Don't bluff us. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you'll go, motherfucker.
Yeah, you remember all those rumors about Rusev asking for his release, and now he's getting pushed?
Exactly, and Big Cat's like, "Oh, well, he did it, so I did." Like, no, I ain't gonna work, brother. You know, and I'm looking over here in the chat over here. BBM saying, "Well, I hope he can get a job after this." Big Cass will definitely get a job. That dude being that fucking huge and being that talented, I think he will. Fucking mic skills are up to par.
What do you guys think? A TNA or Ring of Honor?
Ring of Honor. TNA is not even.
I'll be honest. I don't see him going to either company. I don't know. I don't know, because even then, I noticed that WWE didn't say we wish him the best in his future endeavors. So normally when somebody's in good terms with them still, like, they put that there. But I'm pretty sure they didn't do the same for Enzo when they let Enzo go as well, doing that whole thing where he got let go. Yeah, because he didn't let WWE know about it at all, and he knew about it. That's why he got let go for that. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think he's gonna really make it in the indie world. I don't see it.
Yeah, and that sucks, man. I'm looking over here too. BBM saying, "No, we could have had Daniel Bryan win the briefcase." Yeah, like, that's the thing, dude. There's many other things to could have done, and he's, you know, stuck there with fucking, you know, Big Cass or the Money in the Bank show. That's kind of annoying. But yeah, man, like, I don't really know what's going to be happening with this. I will say that it doesn't really help Big Cass at all that the locker room hated him and Enzo and kicked them out of the locker room. So it's kind of like, damn, what indie company is going to be like, hey, bring this guy who makes everybody unhappy and brings down morale, have him come with us? Like, nah, that's not something people are going to want that to be done over here too. I'm looking over here in the chat again. One SSS is saying Big Ass is gone. Yes, yes. But yeah, man, I'm not like that. I love me some Big Cass. I love me some Big Ass as well, but I'm not gonna have either. So moving on though. Speaking of Big Ass, Divas took over the first quarter of the show, and I asked this here: was it good or bad? I'm gonna ask you guys first. Trey, do you think it was good or bad?
It was okay. It was okay.
Go ahead.
I don't think they did all right what they could with the whole beginning segment with the Oscar and them and whatnot. I mean, at this point, it's just typical Carmella stuff for the most part, and it's kind of back to normal too with James Ellsworth being back, and then Becky Lynch and Billie Kay. That was an okay little thing, and I will say Peyton Royce and Billie Kay getting a little better in the sense of interacting, getting the crowd interested in them a little bit, you know, being the heels and stuff like that compared to before, because before they weren't getting a pop at all. And the thing is, the reason why I can't really celebrate Becky Lynch even getting a win is because I don't know where it's going to go with this. It's kind of like last night where I said it's kind of weird Jack Gable lost when he was getting momentum. It's like right now, like, yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, Becky Lynch, she needed this momentum right now. Where's our momentum going to go? Because every time we think you're going to push Becky Lynch, you push her all the way back down. So that's why, to me, it's kind of okay. I'm being wary. You know, I'm not falling for this WWE booking of making me believe, and then they pull it out from the rug.
Yeah. And you, Jose, what do you feel about the first quarter of the show with the Divas?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
To see Ellsworth come back and do his
Ellsworthisms?
shtick.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, too, is like, because that was cool and everything, and I like that, you know, Asuka and Ellsworth are so very, very different because she's such a badass and she's such a fucking wimp that might actually make that thing a little bit interesting. But more so interesting is that match was such a throwaway. Becky Lynch versus, I think it was either Peyton Royce or Billie Kay. But, no, it was Billie Kay because Royce was outside. The thing is, though, is Becky Lynch, you know, they always talk about this whole thing like, man, she's a spitfire. She's fucking crazy. She loses her shit. She's nuts. You can't control her. she was all over the place, beating the fuck out of both of them. And I was like, dude, I've always wondered, like, even in video games in W2K19 or 18, whatever the fuck, I go out there and I beat up the manager who's just waiting outside to interrupt my pin or some shit. And it's like, why don't the wrestlers on the shows do this? You know what I mean? Like, the games have more of a fucking, they do better at, in-ring storytelling than the fucking show. And this is a situation where Becky kind of did that. And I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm playing the game right now. Yeah, fuck that bitch up. Like, this is awesome. But, I mean, did you agree with that at all with the match, Hovig, or?
Kind of. And then that kind of reminds me of what happens later on during the day with the fucking Hammer Brothers.
Yeah, the Hammer Brothers. I like how you still keep calling them the Hammer Brothers. The Bludgeon Brothers.
Man, I forget the fucking name, man.
Well, actually, talk about that right now. Like, what do you like about that particular thing? Because I didn't put that up on here. I didn't think it was that interesting.
Well, no, the thing is, like, when you were just mentioning how Becky Lynch was all over that, like, the Bludgeon Brothers literally almost did the same thing. Like, I remember just watching this one part where I think it was Luke Harper that was trying to get Eric Rowan inside the match, and then Eric Rowan like refused to tag in, and then just jumped down and started beating the shit out of one of the fucking guys at the club. I forget which one. I think it was Carl Anderson, but no, it was Luke Gallows, whoever the fuck is taller.
Well, they're both bald too. Like, that's really hard to kind of decipher who the fuck is who.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, it's like, oh shit, yeah, because you mentioning the whole 2K18 type of shit, I'm like, damn, that reminds me of the damn tag match.
Yeah. And speaking of the tag match and tag teaming in general, Hero Galvez. I'm sorry, dude. I'm terrible at shit.
God damn, look at that hashtag.
No, he's saying, oh, Trace those Jindal's cock.
Who the fuck is Jindal?
I'm pretty sure that's Red Robot going on a different alias at this point. Because he's the only person that comes at me. You ain't sneaking, Red Robot.
But Galvez is saying Daniel Bryan going for the tag team titles. Come on, he just ended his feud with Big Ass. I like you saying Big Ass. But no, Galvez, dude. You know what, dude? Daniel Bryan. What's a good tag team partner for him? Like, if he ever did go to tag teaming, because obviously he's not going for the fucking world title. So what would you guys pair him up with?
Kane. No.
Fuck that. Oh man, I'd be so pissed off. Ty Dillinger.
Nah.
I think he might elevate Ty Dillinger, right?
The Miz.
No. Wait, what'd you say?
The Miz.
Oh, you know what? That'd be like a Sheamus and Cesaro situation when it first started.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, I want them to beat the fuck out of each other, dude. Like, even tonight when Daniel Bryan threw a jab at him during an interview, and I was like, yes, Daniel Bryan, Miz, do this shit. And then they had a match tonight, and it was like, eh.
And then Miz just knocks him out in like one fucking move.
But
I'm like,
he
bro,
did have 2
I was like that don't count, Miz.
Yeah, that does not count. Which is funny because it was getting a reaction on me, like a kayfabe reaction. I'm like, oh, come on, that doesn't fucking count. So it's like they did that well. And I like that, even though Daniel Bryan was whooping ass, and I guess we'll talk about that right now too. But Daniel Bryan whooping ass,
But I think I would pair him up with AJ Styles.
Well, he has a world title though. That ain't gonna happen.
If he didn't have the title.
Okay, yeah. No, that'd be like a no-brainer. But somebody on the roster now, man, I don't see anybody except for like somebody that really has nothing going on for him. Like I said, what's his face? Now I can't remember because I'm fucking stupid. I mean, maybe Shelton Benjamin. I mean, they have a similar style, jumping around and then actually doing Greco-Roman wrestling, shit like that too. Like, it might be kind of cool. But yeah. Anyways, aside from all that good stuff over there, people, one thing I really did like, and this may be somebody that can be paired up with Daniel Bryan in the future after this feud's done, but yeah, Jeff Hardy or Willow. Dude, Trey, you watched some TNA. Was Jeff Hardy not doing Willow?
I thought that shit.
Yeah. The thing is, Willow, he normally has a mask on for him.
Oh, okay.
He had face paint here, so it wasn't Willow. I think it was just him bringing his TNA face paint thing over because he was still the Jeff Hardy moniker, even with that face paint. But who knows where this is going to lead next week? Because I'm pretty sure he's leading up to becoming Brother Nero at this point. But I will say, I did like that promo Jeff Hardy did tonight. I will say that I enjoyed it a lot, and it kind of got me a little excited for the feud between him and Shinsuke.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that Shinsuke would have a really, really good feud with him, like as far as like in-ring stuff, not necessarily like talking and whatnot, but I think that would be fucking perfect. You, Mr. Hovig, how'd you feel about Jeff Hardy's promo there?
Man, I honestly thought he was fucking Willow tonight. I was like, oh shit.
And that slow turn, it reminded me of the Suspiria trailer from the 1970s.
Yeah.
Like that shit was creepy as fuck.
Because I was watching TNA around that time, the whole Willow time and everything. I was watching it. And I remember the fucking vignettes he used to do, like all the fucking crazy ass shit that he used to do. And then when he started talking today, I was like, and then he turned around and I looked at the face paint and I'm like, is this a new type of Willow? What the hell's going on? And then I noticed his fucking eye contacts. I was like, yo, that's some freaky ass shit going on. But I was totally into it. And I was like, why do I feel like I want this feud more than I wanted Styles and Nakamura?
Yeah. And the thing is, people, like, you guys are curious about what the promo is. I'm going to show over here really quick. This is Suspiria. And this is basically the exact same fucking thing. Just look at the trailer. Yeah, like, the thing is, dude, I love that. I love that creepy shit. You know, Baron Corbin was doing that a little bit before he shaved his fucking head, which he got a lot creepier after that shit. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, like, the Jeff Hardy can be really, really good. I do feel like there's one issue here that we need to bring up, especially after watching that documentary. Jeff Hardy's fucking up again, y'all. Yeah, I mean, you guys have seen the DUI stuff, the arrest, the mugshots that's been coming up lately. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, Trey.
Yeah, I've seen it. Like, I was surprised too because I even brought that recent one. So I was like, dang, that's why it's like I was thinking about that too. That was in the back of my head with that promo. I was like, please don't mess up again, Jeff. Please do not. I don't want to see you mess up because you're finally back where you belong. You're home. This is what you've been talking about for years, even when you were in TNA, that you wanted to be home. Do not lose this opportunity to not do what you want to do while you're back home in WWE.
Yeah, and he's already messing up. I mean, that's the thing that sucks, you know, because, you know, those DUIs, after getting 2 of them within 1 week, you already fucked up. It's happening. And granted, I think WWE's like, well, he has a title, you know, we need somebody to do something with Nakamura, so that's cool. But don't do this again now. Don't fuck this up again. And I feel like any moment, and any time, it's going to happen. And honestly, man, this is why I don't like Jeff Hardy. There's never a time where I can actually say, oh, man, I can't see what Jeff Hardy's going to do because I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. He can get arrested, he can get killed, he can die of some drug overdose, he can get suspended, anything, because he doesn't take his shit seriously. People always say, no, those Hardys, man, they care about wrestling, man. Their business is in the blood and vice versa. But this dude, no. His blood is in the fucking lab because they're testing it for drugs. Like, yeah, fuck this shit, dude. Like, it sucks.
Well, even then they brought up in the documentary, man. He and Matt's the same way as well. They're just facing their demons, man. Like that's what it comes down to too at the end of the day. So it's not. And Matt, I think he's doing his best still to this day, because he talked about how pissed off he was at Jeff for messing up again. The opportunity today he did to make it back there. So I think Matt kind of got it more under control, but Jeff, I think is to the point where his demons are probably becoming too much for him, and that's why he does everything he does. I mean, he's put his body on the line so much, so I feel like, you know, it might be some pain that he's still trying to numb with all the stuff he does, you know, but it's unfortunate too. But hopefully he's able to just overcome all that and do what he's here to do.
Exactly. Over here in the chat, Triple X Tentacion says, also, please fucking change Jeff's thing to no more words. Yeah, I feel like if he holds that whole Hardy's Boys thing, I mean, that's a Hardy Boys theme song. It's not a Jeff Hardy theme song. No More Words needs to come back. I don't even like No More Words, but bring it back. Come on. I mean, that's his shit. And then Galvin saying, what's with foreigners winning the U.S. Championship? Yeah, that's kind of weird, too. It happens all the time. But I do think that, because who's the U.S. champion? I think it's Jeff Hardy right now, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, luckily, he's not a foreigner unless we're talking about, like, what fucking space orbit he's in. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. I do hope that Nakamura doesn't win the U.S. Championship because, like Galvez said, yeah, it's like the 10th person in the last 3 years or some shit. I don't know. But moving on, the Gauntlet match. We already brought up the Daniel Bryan whooping ass thing, so we won't talk about that. But we will talk about the fact that Rusev is going against AJ Styles. Man, I don't know how this is so unpredictable to me, y'all. Like, I did not see this coming at all. Trey, how about you?
I did not see it coming at all either. I expected it. I was like, oh, here we go. It's going to be a Miz win somehow. Either Aiden English was going to betray Rusev or something along those lines. But no, Rusev was able to get the win fair and square, man. It was amazing. I'm happy for the guy because it's something he's been wanting for the longest time. And I just hope he's able to overcome AJ Styles. Like just by tonight, the fact that Rusev didn't help Aiden English when he got punched just makes me think that betrayal storyline is about to happen where Rusev's not going to get the title. But I'm just going to live in the moment for right now to ignore that and just be happy that this is a good Rusev day.
Yeah, man. How about you, Hovig?
Oh, bro, like I did not fucking see Rusev winning. Like same thing with Trey. Like, I honestly thought that The Miz was going to win. And then as soon as, what's his name, Rusev won, I was like, oh, shit. It's Rusev Day.
Yeah, it's Rusev Day. And by the way, people, like, if you guys don't know why we always say Hovig Day, because Hovig looks like Rusev. Rusev and Hovig are basically the same person. So, you know what I mean? And I know he wants Lana, but unfortunately, no. I won't even get into that.
To be fair, who doesn't?
The thing is, man, is like, you say this shit for your wife sometimes. I'm like, man, if I was her, I would slap the fuck out you. Like, you won't be looking at that goddamn wrestling no more, looking at fucking Lana. I'll whoop your fucking ass. Wash your own goddamn dishes in your laundry, motherfucker.
They can make her feel better by saying Rita is the best, Rita #1.
Yeah,
well, luckily
Rita's
for me,
fine, man. If you look at Rita's ass, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, woo.
Luckily for me, Nick, I do wash my own dishes and I do cook my own food.
Oh, well, shit. You know, by the way, I think it's insulting for me to say dishes and food and cooking right away, talking about a woman. Like, so I'm the asshole here. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that, Rita. Don't kick my ass.
Shame. What? Shame in here.
Shame, big time shame. But yeah, Shane McMahon.
Get the fuck out.
Oh, I love it. Anyways, people, yeah, so overall ratings, we're going to get into this really quick. And, YouTube chat, by the way, too, I know I never really show you guys this stuff. No, tell us what you guys think as far as rating-wise goes. What would you rate this out of 5? Because for me, personally, I'm going to get mine out first. This was definitely a 4 out of 5 again. That shit was fucking great. Every match was awesome. The gauntlet match was some of the best stuff I've seen in a while. And I wish we would call it Slobber Knocker, though, because it reminds me of the old SmackDown games. But yeah, dude, I love this shit very, very much. I like that Bryan didn't win, honestly. I would want him to win too, yes. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what, that would have been predictable. I love unpredictability in wrestling. At this point, you can never surprise me with shit, and they did it. That's amazing. Hopefully SmackDown's on the up and up. The Divas were great. I will say, if I had the room, I would ask, where the fuck are these SmackDown superstars again? Man, there was only a quarter of the roster on tonight. So they just paid a bunch of people just to fucking say they have a contract. It's stupid business. WWE, you fucking dumb. Learn some fucking math. But aside from that, great show. And yeah, Hovey, take it away, sir.
I give tonight a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah, to be honest, the biggest thing that saved tonight was the gauntlet match. The whole women's thing from earlier on in the show, it was, like I said, it was interesting. Especially with James Ellsworth coming back, because that's still like a shock to me, considering the fact that they just released them, just a few months ago? Like, before the new year, I think? I don't even remember, but I remember they fucking telling them to fuck off. And... yeah, I mean, there's really not much else to even talk about. I didn't really care for the whole Becky Lynch match, and there was maybe a tag team match or two. It was just whatever. But the gauntlet match was pretty dope. The Jeff Hardy promo got me intrigued, especially with the whole Nakamura feud starting thing bit, I guess. But let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. I'm going to see what happens in the chat. I'm going to say chit. Not in the chit, y'all. BGM says it's 2 out of 5. Only one good match. Promos were shit. Okay, I see your point there. I liked them, but then again, I'm just used to pretty bad promos. Shark110 says 3.5 since I didn't watch the entire show. Honestly, that's something that's going to definitely make a difference between you liking a show and not. It's not watching the entire thing because it drags like a motherfucker. And when you're watching a sports show, I mean, I know it's fake, but I mean, it's sports entertainment. When you're watching a show like that, you don't have a lot of room to fucking just do shit that's filler. Don't do filler. It should be fucking total nonstop action, y'all. TNA reference.
Get the fuck out.
But yeah, and then this dude over here says talk about Takeover. I did not watch Takeover yet. We did talk about it on Money in the Bank. And Trey, what would you give Takeover?
A 4.5 out of 5. That show is just near perfect, man. The only thing that wasn't that great was Aleister Black versus Lars Sullivan, but everything else was just perfect.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I probably saw that coming as far as that not being a great match. But the thing is, though, is sometimes certain characters do not need to have great matches. It's just like in boxing. Some of your most famous boxers and UFC fighters have terrible matches because they knock them the fuck out and you don't get your money's worth. Like Mike Tyson, Chuck Liddell, Brock Lesnar. There's guys out there that just destroy people, and it's it doesn't really. Royce Gracie, his matches are boring as shit. But when you get into the science of things, it's amazing. And I think with Aleister Black being able to knock people out with a fucking super kick or something, that shit's incredible. And two big guys, you're not gonna get a good match. Right? Lars Sullivan is fucking huge, so yeah, it is what it is. Do you think Lars Sullivan's gonna be doing anything extra like good nowadays? Like after this whole feud with Aleister Black, Trey?
Nah, I've never been on the Lars Sullivan train. I'll be honest with you. I don't get the hype behind him or why they put all the stacks on him for the most part because I just don't see it. I don't see him being a big star at all.
Yeah, and you know what? I was gonna say this for Monday, but you know what? We're gonna do this now actually because I don't want him to wait any longer. Shark says, "Hey Trey, what do you think of Dominion, which is the NJPW show?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead, man. What do you think of that?
Okay. Oh man, I want to give it a 5. I really do, but it's just like NXT Takeover. It's a 4.5 for me. Man, the opening match was great. The two things that caught me off guard the most was Chris Jericho versus Tetsuya Naito. Man, Chris Jericho actually freaking won a New Japan Pro Wrestling title. Like, he's the Intercontinental Champion over there. I did not expect that at all. And he had a great match with Tetsuya Naito. That was awesome. And then, of course, Kenny Omega beat Okada, who was New Japan Pro Wrestling champion for about 2 years. I want to say 2-3 years. He is their longest reigning champion, and god dang, man, Kenny Omega actually won the title. I couldn't believe it. That caught me the heck off guard, man. And then you got some impending feuds still going with Minoru Suzuki and Ishii with that tag team match or whatever. I can't wait to see that match again because they killed it at Wrestle Kingdom when they had that match. Other than that, yeah. The Young Bucks. The Young Bucks retained, so that was cool. Yeah, it's 4.5 out of 5 show, man. I really recommend watching Kenny Omega versus Okada more than anything on that match. But second match, Chris Jericho versus Naito. Because god dang, man, even though Chris Jericho is doing that Hot Topic weird
ass,
look.
NFL fucking linebacker shit. Like, what the fuck is that?
I know, like what?
Yeah.
But yeah, Dominion was a fantastic show. Freaking awesome. Worth all, I want to say I watched 4 hours of it, 4 or 3 hours of it. Yeah, it was worth all that. It was awesome.
Okay, goddamn, 4 hours, Jesus Christ. But then again, I just watched 5 hours of fucking Money in the Bank yesterday, and it wasn't that great. Anyways, moving on though, your ratings, Trey, for tonight's SmackDown. Go ahead, sir, and take it away.
Okay, now that I've praised NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, my favorite things in wrestling media right now, let's get back to the main roster WWE. This was a 2.5 out of 5 for me. It's just the same rating as Raw. Like the women, they did what they had to do at the very beginning. It was okay for the most part, and then the backstage segment with Daniel Bryan, Renee Young was really unnecessary. That was kind of bleh. Sanity finally happened, but I guess I care less because there's no Nikki Cross, in my opinion. I don't care. And even though the Usos did cut a good promo beforehand to be like, oh man, you guys are Sanity, well we're Uso crazy, bringing stuff back from the face days for the most part. It was still bleh. And then
and that's the thing that's funny is I cannot believe I forgot to bring this up, but it was so who gives a fuck? This is a classic case, people have taken too goddamn long to do your shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is. It really is, man, because I did not care at all whatsoever. Then, for some reason, I felt the need to give Carl and Luke a rematch for the title, which, last I checked, they weren't champions. So I don't know why they get a rematch clause, but okay. And the gauntlet match, I have to say that was the best thing of the night. Daniel Bryan, Big E, man, I'm very proud of him. Granted, he got eliminated, but man, he actually went toe-to-toe with Daniel Bryan. That was awesome. And then Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan, Jesus Christ, man, I was on my feet on that one. And then, of course, when the Bludgeon Brothers came out to beat Daniel Bryan, the Miz came out of nowhere. I'm not going to lie. I love when Miz did that. He goes, you got what you wanted. You got what you only get one chance against me. That's it. You failed. I was like, this is awesome. Yeah, I love when Miz was doing all that. And of course, Russo beat Miz, but it was still awesome seeing Miz saying all that to Daniel Bryan. So, yeah, it was a 2.5 out of 5 show. I got some enjoyment of it, but it's about the same level as Raw, in my opinion.
Yeah, which makes sense. But man, dude, I gotta tell you, like that was a great ending. People, it's like it's about the pacing of the show, it's about the booking of the show, is how you organize everything that's gonna be happening from segment to segment. And this show, granted, you know, people like you guys didn't really like love the beginning. You know, you're like, oh, it's okay, it was interesting, but it's like that's how you start it off. Don't start off with like a Seth Rollins where it's fucking amazing and the first match is great and the entire show is complete shit to the point where you're like, damn, I should have just stopped after Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? Like, this is how you should do the pay-per-views and everything, too. Just the last part of the show should be the best. Everything else should be kind of good. Some things kind of go down a little bit, like the Renee Young thing. I think the Renee Young thing was kind of necessary. It wasn't the best segment, but, like, it kind of going down a little bit was like, all right, cool. It should be a roller coaster, man. So, like I said, man, I had a fucking blast. But I'm telling you, next week, I'm not going to watch it. I'm just going to read it because I know it's going to be shitty next week. Because yesterday was okay and because tonight was okay. Next week, it's going to be so fucking bad.
You know what's not going to be fucking bad?
Yeah. Oh, what?
The midweek chat attack. Yes. Join us tomorrow on the midweek chat attack as we talk about things in the middle of the week. And then Friday is the Untitled Gaming Show being ran by Nick Diaz, me, and Birdman. I'm going to be trying to help him with some old school emulator stuff. I'm sure Nick will break down more on that later after I'm done with my spiel. And then check out the Midnight Chat Facebook page. We got awesome stuff going there all the time, as well as the Midnight Chat Amino. We brought the community questions back on the Amino, so go ahead, ask those questions on that chat, and also just chat around with people. I keep forgetting to bring it up. You know, you can chat with the community, the Midnight Chat community over there. You know, they always got awesome stuff going on. I'm not in it, but you guys talk about it enough behind the scenes. I'm like, dang, I wish I could get in it, but I'll talk to you about that later, I guess. And then Saturday is the main event on this channel, the Midnight Chat Attack. Join us there at 7:30 CST. We got the After Hours ran also by Nick Diaz. Nick, do you got anything going on this week? I'm finally going to ask you the question.
Oh, man. Actually, I do. It's going to be some Jurassic Park stuff. You might actually watch a bootleg of Fallen Kingdom. Hey, it's on a server. I didn't download the shit, okay? I'm not stealing. They stole it, and we're going to watch them steal it.
So join us there on the After Hours as we watch that movie. And then you turn that clock back around, you get the Monday Night Raw Midnight Chat Attack Ringside Hangouts. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
Thanks for joining us, man. Save some money, y'all. Speaking of saving money too, definitely watch movie review extravaganza tonight. They're doing it early because Fallen Kingdom, the embargo was lifted a lot earlier. So Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom will get its rating tonight, and the review and everything. And then also, I think everyone watched it, like Brad Jones from Channel Awesome and everybody. So when that happens, people sometimes it's because the movie fucking sucks. So I'm scared. I don't want my dinosaurs to go down. I don't want them to be extinct. I love this Jurassic World ride that I've been getting, but it might be over. It might be fucking over. So we'll see what happens. But with that said, it's time for us to get the fuck out of there. So on 3 and 2 and on that 1, y'all, attack!
That's the mother beeping slam. Screw SummerSlam. Too late. Screw SummerSlam. And you know what? Chris Jericho's a 10-time Intercontinental Champion is awesome. Watch the trend
for joining us. Thank you, one.
Oh, thanks for all the new people. All the new people that watched us. Thank you. That was awesome to see you guys.
Awesome. I love you guys. Oh, the thunder is just shaking. I'm electrified.
And screw you, Red Robot. I know you're Red Ops.
I know. I don't even know what he said. I love this man.